one.
What's up, YouTube land? This is Bill Mack here with Pro Wrestling Unleashed, right alongside my best friend and TeamB member, Bullet B.
That's right, Bullet B, Brandon, the progressive player, the philosophy dude, all kinds of names, labels nowadays. It's hard to pinpoint one, but you got to find that. You got to find that secret sauce.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? And I think with wrestling reports, we always have that secret sauce. But the problem is the YouTube community. I mean, not the community itself. It's just hard. It's competitive. It's hard to get noticed. It's hard to get views. And we put a lot of work and thought in our videos most of the time. And I'm just saying that's the only slight frustration. You come up with names and stuff. You got to find the sauce. And I think you're doing pretty good with Pro Wrestling Unleashed. And on my side, you got the WWE report. And I said, well, if somebody tries to copyright it, I'll call it the WWE report. Like somebody's got a channel called News with a Z instead of an S, just to work around shit like that. But anyway, we're here to talk about Elimination Chamber coming up just 2 short weeks after the Rumble.
That's right.
So I'm here to give side B opinion, your alternative facts about it. Just kidding. But let's go.
Well, that's right, folks. We have come back. I know you noticed the TeamB. We kind of got our own side projects that we do, our own channels and stuff. But we always got to come together. This is 10 years TeamB. We've been best friends. So 10 years.
That's right. # TeamB 10 years. That's right. I got to make some kind of icon for that.
Exactly.
TeamB 10 years.
I was trying to do that the other day.
Yeah.
But yeah, folks, we've come back at you with another video here, another WWE pay-per-view prediction show. This, like you said, Bullet B said, this is the Elimination Chamber matchup. This is your Blue Brand SmackDown pay-per-view, continuing on the road to WrestleMania, as we've seen. And Bullet B and I are going to give you our opinions on the matchups as they come along. So, take your seatbelt, buckle up, and let's get along for the ride. And we're going into our first matchup.
Let's do it.
First up, we see Bullet. We see this is the SmackDown Tag Team Turmoil Championship matchup. We have a ton of tag teams. We have the Ascension. We have what do you call them? Now I haven't seen them on the old school guys, Gouch and what is their names?
You talking about?
I've so forgotten.
Yeah. Well, it's understandable. They're not on TV that much. The Vaudevillains.
The Vaudevillains. There you go. Thank you, sir. It's bad, folks. They're never on TV except a job to somebody, and this is no different. So yeah, we have the Vaudevillains along with the Fashion Police, Breezango. Yeah, we have Heath Slater, Rhino, your former champions, your current champions, the Alpha males, and we also have the Usos, which are now falling completely off. I
feel so bad for Tyler Breeze and Fandango. Tyler Breeze has some talent, man. I know he's kind of like a old school feminine HBK / Ziggler type, but the dude had talent, man. He's good in the ring. And I hate to see him go down like that, and Fandango, he's had opportunity after opportunity, but I knew from the get-go that name Fandango wasn't going to go anywhere. But then again, you had somebody, Ron Simmons went by Farouk, and he had a good career. Now the Usos, that heel turn has put them dead in the water. That just goes to show you what a heel turn or a babyface turn can do for a talent sometimes. Kind of like, I'll use a cliche, Roman Reigns. You turn him heel, biggest heel in the business. But they keep him babyface. And the babyface is killing him dead in the water in a way. With his family, the Usos, and they are related. I looked at this chart somewhere. It might have been on What Culture Wrestling, and they showed how all the Samoans are related, like The Rock and Umaga and a lot of other guys. But so he's like, I mean, I kind of blame SmackDown's booking on this because Rhino and Heath Slater had something going, man. They were over. You don't see them that much, and I wouldn't mind them having the title. What happened to that? I thought they were supposed to be long-term champions because they're a likable team. It's like WWE is saying, hey, if it's over, don't use it.
But what happened is at the time they were discussing after they were originally going to break up. If you watch when you watch Smack talking Smack after they lost the titles, there was a storyline where they were going to break them up. Started having confusion and problems with each other starting there after the matchup by blaming each other. Then they were going to break up. So now I guess WWE creative has changed again. Now they're back together. So I don't know what they're going to do with that, but creative is bad.
I'm glad the bipolar bookers or writers are different because all tag teams eventually split up. But don't forget about the Steiner Brothers, Harlem Heat, the Smoking Gun. I mean, off the top of my head, the Dudleys. I mean, you can keep tag teams together for a long period of time. You don't have to immediately split them up, just like with the Kevin Owens Jericho split eventually coming. You don't have to you don't have to do this every time, this formula, which I understand Jericho and Owens because Jericho's leaving. I get that, but I'm just saying, sometimes you can have the Hart Foundation, Jim Danville, Neidhart, Bret Hart. They didn't split up. Eventually, they went their separate ways, but they weren't mad at each other. I mean, you don't have to split up a team because Rhino, Slater were only together a good 6 months or so. And then out of the blue, let's split them up. We got to split them up. No, just keep them together. The Usos, they don't split up. Great example. The Usos. They're somebody, they're going to be a tag team their whole career. Now, eventually, they're going to step out and have a little singles push or something, then they'll get back together, just like the Dudleys or whatever the case. As far as the match goes, Bill, I'm not too sure. I would say that I guess that the alpha males retain. What you think?
I completely agree with you. I don't see there's been no storylines, no plot lines where I've seen them taking the titles off of.
Right, yeah, exactly, Bill, because it feels like it was just made up just to throw on the card. Oh yeah, we got a tag team division. But like you just said, no storylines and whatnot.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you and what you said. The Ascension are really basically just filler. They're a tag team. The Vaudevillains, as you said, same thing. Breezango, really your main focus has been lately, though. If you notice, too, has been lately one team that's not mentioned, and it's the Wyatt family. Remember, they had this feud with the Wyatt family, but now with Randy and Bray in the Elimination Chamber match itself, they're no longer in this, and they've been a big part of the storyline in the tag team division lately. So I'm with you, dude. I'll take definitely take the Alpha American Alpha to retain the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championship. So Bullet Beach.
It goes to show you that when WWE does something in storyline, it means something.
Right.
Most of the time, because I remember when Orton and Bray lost the tag team titles on SmackDown. I was like, what? It just happened out the blue. And then they started the turmoil with the Wyatts, and eventually Orton wins the. See, it makes sense now,
right? It does, and that makes sense.
But you heard back then they were going to split up the Wyatts,
right?
And Orton was like an undercover cop in it or whatever. But good thing they bring it back. They bring it back, Eric Rowan. I'm assuming he's going to SmackDown, so that just to cause more friction within the Wyatt family. Makes perfect sense. Why not do the New Day rule? Hey, you draft one of us, you got to draft all of us.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Well, that's the way they did, but I agree totally with you, folks. So Bullet B and I both agree that we are choosing the American Alpha to retain the WWE SmackDown.
Yeah, because it was just thrown together, basically.
It was.
Thrown together.
And there's been no storylines with the other teams, so we'll see how it goes. So first matchup we have, and we choose the American Alpha to retain the WWE SmackDown Tag Team titles. So on to the next match.
Because that's WWE for you.
Okay. So, but yep, and like I said, folks, we'll get ready to get into the next matchup. Just hang on tight, and we'll definitely be right back here soon enough. And what's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are just finishing up the SmackDown Tag Team Turmoil matchup. Up next, let's get right on, continue on with the show.
Let's do it.
I think they said it. As to the Lord, I pray that they will hear it. Haters thinking more, I'm out until the real shit. See you come and go, they fall like dominoes. You had a bad day.
All right, up next we have a women's division, SmackDown women's division matchup. This has been a feud between Becky Lynch and the returning, if only for a little while, Mickie James. This has been a good feud that has happened over the course of the last 2 to 3 months. You know, as you know that La Lucha Libre, or the female that was in the mask that was assisting Alexa Bliss in many of her matches against Becky Lynch. It turns out that it was Mickie James, which is a surprise to the WWE universe, as Mickie James was back in the Attitude Era, back when the original Divas and the original women's divisions were out. But Becky Lynch is only staying for a little while. Like I said, she had wrestled in a match in NXT. She's got a match here, maybe one more, and maybe at WrestleMania, and then she's going to be, her contract's going to be up. It was only a temporary matchup. Good to see Mickie James back. Bullet B, what do you think, sir? Who will be your prediction for this matchup between Becky Lynch and Mickie James?
I did not know Mickie James was on a short-term contract. Sad to hear that. But go ahead and give me your thoughts about it, because I'm right here cutting up a pizza, man. I'll be right back.
All right.
Go ahead and give me your thoughts, man. Okay, but quickly, though, Mickie James. I want Mickie James to win because she needs a win, obviously. That doesn't mean you're burying her, ladies and gentlemen. She needs or burying Becky Lynch, rather. She needs a win. She just came back. She needs a win to stabilize it, right?
Yeah, that's true. But like you said, too, it's only transitional. I mean,
since you brought it to my attention that she's on a short-term contract or whatever, I see Mickie James losing to put over the new talent. I'm just saying, she was coming back full-time. She needs a win. But if she's short-term, she's going to have to lose, I guess. But you know what? I'll go ahead and make a prediction. My prediction will be Mickie James. I'm going to go ahead and go with Mickie James because she looks good. Yeah, I mean, she always looked good. I'm just saying, she's a good MILF now. Very good MILF. Very sexy woman. I love that long brunette. Anyway, Mickie James.
All right. Well, see, now I thought of it in a different direction in which I chose. I feel like that Mickie James is only there to enhance Becky Lynch as a strong competitor on SmackDown Women's Division, because the creative team, the brand split, has sent this presumption that the SmackDown Women's Division is far inferior to the athletes that you have over on Raw. So what better way would it have to be as an established woman from the past, and Mickie James coming and putting over Becky Lynch as the talent that, you know, to make her seem a little bit strong, give her a little bit more credibility, because Becky Lynch has been wrestling these, having these feuds between Alexa Bliss and really that's all she's had her feud with since she's been on the SmackDown side. So it does look far inferior to me, at least in my opinion, that the SmackDown's women's division compared to the women's division over on Raw, which you got like Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, you got Charlotte, that's the champion, Bayley, all those women over there, and all you got over on SmackDown is Becky Lynch. That's about it. Don't really count Nikki Bella because she's really not that athletic. She's better than what she was, but she's not up to the wrestling capabilities.
Yeah, the rumor is, I thought she was going to retire at Mania, but now they're saying she just might take a break to heal up some old wounds because of her neck issues or whatever the case. But I noticed Mickie James at the Royal Rumble pre-match, she only did like one move, one or two moves, and I'm like, And I'm like, so yeah, that makes sense. Her not being full time, and that's the cool thing about bringing back old stars is short term to put over the new stars,
right?
Because Goldberg's going to do that for Brock eventually. But yeah, my pick will be Mickie James for the hell of it, because I know Vince likes to swerve us sometimes and say, "Oh, you thought he was gonna die," but then again, Becky needs that win too, so it's too close to call. I would just say Mickie James for the hell of it.
Okay, and I'll go with the opposite this time. I will go for Becky Lynch just to help strengthen somebody up on the women's division over on SmackDown up a little more. So we'll get into that. So Bully B chooses Mickie James. I'm taking Becky Lynch in this matchup. So on to the next matchup.
They had a lot of those. See your fake friends, I got a lot of those. Begging me for favors, not expecting no. Sad thing is that I cannot say no. Now they're coming at me like I'm criminal. But I ain't got time left to let them go.
Our last matchup here to discuss here before we take a break is the Women's WWE SmackDown Championship. Alexa Bliss, your champion, taking on Naomi, the challenger. And as I've stated before, folks, Alexa Bliss is having a good run as the SmackDown Women's Champion.
Absolutely.
And Naomi is maybe getting a minor push, if that. She's looked strong kind of the last couple of weeks with with pinning Alexa Bliss in one matchup. But I don't see, in my opinion, Naomi overtaking Alexa Bliss. I don't see her getting that push because she's been there for so long. WWE talent likes to push those that are new and up and coming. Alexa Bliss, is definitely that. She has been a good heel champion so far, winning a typical heel fashion. I've seen Naomi get some good moves in, but I don't see her overtaking Alexa Bliss as the new Women's SmackDown Champion. So I'm staying with Alexa Bliss retaining her WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. How about you, Bullet?
I agree. I hope you're right, though. I hope you're right. I worry that Naomi's going to take the title. Alexa Bliss has been on such a great run here with her title run here this year and last year. But very good job. I love Alexa Bliss. She gets it, man. She's 25 years old, but she gets it, man. She's smart. She's got talent. And I've never been a big Naomi fan, and that's because of Total Divas. I mean, I just don't really like her that much. I mean, she's okay. I mean, I respect her talent and her ass and everything, but Alexa Bliss is on a roll right now. Don't take that away from her. But I don't play hot potato with the women's title. I can't stand that. But the way I see current instant gratification logic in WWE is, hey, let Naomi win the belt. That way Alexa Bliss can chase her. I'm like, no, let Naomi be a credible opponent for Alexa Bliss and let Alexa Bliss win clean. Let her win clean and move on to another feud. That's how it used to work. But I hope you're right, Bill. I'm going for Alexa Bliss as well. I just have a funny feeling with WWE instant logic. They're going to take it off Alexa so Naomi can chase her the next month, and I hope not. Maybe Alexa can cheat to win, and then that will justify another rematch or something. But don't take the belt off Alexa. And another thing is, I'm a big fan of long-term champions going into WrestleMania. So the way things are looking is Bray Wyatt will win the SmackDown title, not jump ahead here, and Goldberg's going to win the Universal title. And I'm not a fan of that. I'm more of a fan of a long-term champion going into Mania. AJ Styles would have been the perfect example of somebody going into WrestleMania with the title that's had it for a long period of time.
Right.
I just respect that. CM Punk, longest reigning champion in modern history or the modern times, and that's cool. It brings up the championship, and people have more respect for it, blah, blah, blah. So, women's title, let Alexa Bliss keep it to Mania, at least till Mania.
Exactly right, man. I agree.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes total sense in doing that, But, like I said, dude, that's just the way it works. And, that's how WWE is at times.
Hold on. Don't you find WrestleMania more interesting when the champion comes to the ring and they're like, hey, this has been the champion for the last 6 months or the year? Don't it make it more interesting when you got a champion going in there that's had it for a long time?
Yeah.
Wow. Makes it seem more interesting in the fact that, could they actually lose the title tonight? Or,
right.
Makes it more believable, man. I love that about it.
Yeah, but see, dude, that's WWE for you, so.
I hate that. I mean, Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt going to get the title right there at the end, right before Mania, which I'm for Bray Wyatt, but that's WWE for you.
Exactly. So, all right, folks, before we get into our next matchup, we'll be right back. And welcome back,
But
folks.
yeah, man, a good example of a long-term champion, in this day and time is Charlotte. Charlotte's a good heel champion. She's somebody you interested in seeing at WrestleMania because she's been that long-term champion going into Mania, which sparks more interest in my opinion. That's why I'm not a big fan of these titles changing hands like a month before WrestleMania because for one thing, it's too obvious. When you have a long-term champion like Charlotte, it makes things more interesting. Like, man, she's good. She's good. She's like the Ronda Rousey. She's gonna get her ass beat tonight. We'll see. We'll see. But that's the way I feel about. That's where I want Alexa Bliss to be on SmackDown. I want her to be like the Charlotte of SmackDown. You know, just because she's very talented, and you know, I just hope Alexa keeps the title. But anyway, what else we got?
All right, up next, dude. Let's continue on with it.
I am just a man trying to change the world. No, lie, no. Don't wanna go slow. Not waiting anymore. Put it on the floor. I can feel it change.
Okay, we have up next. Perfect. Up next, we have, this isn't shown, as you notice, folks, on the screen, but this is a 2-on-1 tag team matchup between Kalisto and Apollo Crews taking on Shawn Michaels 2.0, Dolph Ziggler. Bully B, what you think about this?
I think Ziggler's doing pretty good currently as a heel. He's a good utility player. He can cut decent promos. He can work as a heel babyface and all that. I feel bad for Apollo Crews. I think they maybe need to turn Apollo Crews heel, even though Ziggler's a heel, or put him on or put him on Raw rather, because you turn the Usos heel, they're dead in the water. Okay, people start cheering The Rock. They turn him babyface. Apollo Crews is not getting over. Turn him heel. Give him the bad, Wade Barrett was not getting over. They turn him into Bad News Bear. He started getting over. I mean, Apollo Crews, I just feel bad for the guy. He's talented, but he's too stale as the babyface. Ziggler, I'm just kind of played out with Ziggler, but I respect his talent, and I respect the mileage he left in the ring, so on and so forth. So I'm thinking Dolph Ziggler is going to win this match because he's getting that heel push, and he did that promo on Jerry King Lawler a few weeks ago, and he's on a roll as a heel. And I just see that continuing. I don't think Kalisto gets anything out of this match by winning. I think he can say, Olale, 205 live, bitch. You know, he can go over there, man. He definitely needs to go in the cruiserweight division. But that's all I got to say. I'm picking Ziggler as a winner. And
I agree too, man. Ziggler are promoting him as being a major heel. So hence why you have a 2-on-1 handicap match. But on the other hand, you're making
the rumor is Ziggler might be a potential opponent for John Cena later on this year. Or I'm thinking Baron Corbin or somebody, but Ziggler could be one of them top heels, like you said, and that could go against Cena or whoever the champion is later on. Not at Mania after that.
Right. Well, no, I was just saying that I feel like I'm in your boat when I talk about Apollo Crews. Feel bad that he doesn't have a personality. WWE give him a personality. This smiley and happy-go-lucky thing ain't working. You got to have a little bit of edge in WWE, whether you get over the fans. The fans like edge. That's what you were talking about. When The Rock had that edge to him, fans drove to him. Stone Cold had that edge to him, fans drove to him. Edge had that edge to him, fans drove to him. Jericho, same way. You got to have that little spark. Apollo Crews doesn't have that. He does his promo work. They even talked about in NXT still needed work. Even that's been his knock. He's not a good competitor. Because Ziggler, dude, I go back on Ziggler's train. Ziggler is an awesome worker. If you want a good match, send Ziggler out there. If you want a good promo, send Ziggler out there. He just ain't hitting mainstream because he's past where that top notch where he needed to be to grab that brass ring. He never was able to reach out and get it. When he did get it, then he got hurt. Just a lot of stuff, misfortunes. But I too picked Ziggler in this matchup to retain.
Apollo Crews, I mean, they got to see the talent to Apollo Crews. He's a big man. He can wrestle like a little man. They got something there. If I was Vince McMahon, I'd be like, man, we got a talent here. We got an ice sculpture here. He's just ice right now, but when we use the ice pick, we got a sculpture. We got to chisel him down because the sculpture was already there. We just got to chisel it out because he's very talented. And what you got WWE, they got so many writers, so many bookers now, and PR, public relations, so much stuff going on that they're going to miss it, And they got a lot of talent on there too, but he definitely needs a change, improvement, something. But they got something there, with Crews.
I agree with you, man.
I mean, he's a big guy. Vince loves big guys. Vince McMahon likes big, sweaty men. You've heard that from What Culture? Vince McMahon loves big, sweaty men. You should love Apollo.
Right. All right, folks, and then we'll go ahead and on to the next matchup.
I can feel it change right now in my name right now.
Well, we have Nikki Bella taking on Natalya. This is a feud that these ladies have had. Nikki Bella has been, Natalya set up her storyline with Nikki Bella, picking at Nikki about who she's with, who she's sleeping with. The man, which we all know John Cena is her man. She's made personal attacks towards Nikki, whereas Nikki's turn around and use that same tactic towards Natalya, talking about her being using the Hart family, using the Hart name, and not really establishing herself. Good storyline to this, but as we know, Nikki's career is drawing down to an end. This will be probably her last singles matchup. I take it to be at a pay-per-view because the next pay-per-view, of course, will be for them after this is WrestleMania, and she's going to be tag teaming with John Cena in the WrestleMania. So this will be her final single matchup, and I pick her to win. Bully, what you think?
I agree with you. You said it perfectly. Most likely her last singles match, and she's going to have a big payday at WrestleMania with John Cena, perhaps, in that mixed tag. I hope not, but yeah, they're going to keep Nikki strong going into Mania. Natalya is just a utility worker. You know, she's been there. She'll put people over. It don't matter. Nikki Bella's winning this one.
Yeah, I just feel like it's
Total Diva. Yeah, it's her way. It's her year. Her way out. She's winning. Now, if Nikki Bella was feuding with a younger talent like Alexa Bliss, of course Nikki Bella should do the honors, do the favor, and put Alexa over. But she's feuding with Natalya. Natalya's been there just as long, so Nikki Bella, because they're going straight into WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm. They're on the road. It's on the road. They only got another left turn, and they're right there on WrestleMania. But I agree with you, man, because it depends on the opponent. WWE kind of is predictable with that.
You said it first. You said it perfectly. Can't agree with logic. Disagree with logic, man.
No, always. And that's true. So, yeah, man, we both agree that Nikki Bella is going to defeat Natalya due to Nikki Bella's last hurrah as a singles competitor in there. You know, her sister's already retired. She's having a baby with Daniel Bryan. And, you know, Nikki, and there have been even mentions of Nikki being proposed to by John Cena at WrestleMania, which why would you go and make such a surprising, one of the most surprising things you're to do with somebody else public months ahead of time? That just to me, something's weird about that unless they're going to make some big spectacle of it. But why would you go ahead and tell that ahead of time and let that be something behind the scenes to happen? Don't tell everybody because it just seems too like something like it's an angle.
You talking about Cena proposing to Nikki?
Exactly.
It's because John Cena, all he cares about is money. He's got a degree in business. I'm not saying everybody's like that. But him and Nikki Bella probably laid in the bed and said, hey, Nikki Bella probably said, John, when you're ready to propose to me, let me know ahead of time so we can make some money off of it. They're all about the money, dude.
Oh, yeah, and that's just sad.
Because of course they predetermined it, premeditated it. They say, well, Nikki, I want to marry you, but let's do it, let's plan at WrestleMania, be the biggest thing, all the money we can get, all the attention we can get. That's all it is.
Exactly.
You know, it's not like Macho Man and Elizabeth. Macho Man and Elizabeth were already married. They were just renewing their vows, so to speak, at SummerSlam 91. That's all that was. Even though it was, portrayed as a marriage. That's different. Right. They secretly got married. They were already, Jesus Christ, they were already married. You know what I mean? This right here, I could just see John Cena saying, hey, we're going to get this. Let me propose to you at WrestleMania. Because I don't give a fuck about tradition and stuff. I'm all about the money. And it's smart. Right. I mean, it is smart to do it that way. Doesn't mean I agree with it.
Oh, yeah.
But if you watch Total Divas, man, John Cena's just he looks at little kids, he sees dollar signs. Mm-hmm. But that's John Cena and WWE for you.
That's right, folks. And, well, that's true. And we'll be right back with of course, the main event of the night, the Elimination Chamber matchup. Be right back. So hold on. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Back again. And we are coming to the main event of this whole pay-per-view. And let me start it here. I stand corrected, folks. It is not the last matchup. Actually, this matchup, but it is still a good matchup. It is Luke Harper taking on fellow Wyatt family member, Randy Orton, as we all know, won the 2017 Royal Rumble, which he pointed at the big flashy sign in the corner, and it exploded with fireworks like it typically does, saying that he's going to WrestleMania as the main event. We all knew that he was going to be the winner of the Royal Rumble at least a couple days within the pay-per-view. Now there's chatter that he is going to, like I said, he's going to deal with someone in the Elimination Chamber matchup for the title at WrestleMania. So Luke Harper has had problems ever since Randy Orton has joined the Wyatt family, and we see Luke Harper turn briefly babyface whenever he attacked Bray Wyatt in the Royal Rumble, but at the last minute before he was to give the Sister Abigail to Bray Wyatt, Mr. RKO himself comes out of nowhere, hits an RKO on Luke Harper, and now he feels like Luke feels that Randy Orton has came in and destroyed his relationship with Bray Wyatt. So this is a good matchup, but I see my own opinion, Randy Orton riding the way to WrestleMania. I don't see him losing since he's going to be in the main event. This is the last pay-per-view for SmackDown, before WrestleMania. So I see naturally as being Randy Orton winning the matchup. Bullaby?
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head. I'm 100% agreement with you there. Makes sense. You don't want your Rumble winner losing at a B pay-per-view. My thing is, speaking of that, SmackDown this past week, Randy Orton lost to John Cena. I was like, wow.
Of course, that's going to happen.
Couldn't they done it differently? I mean, you don't have to have Orton pin Cena. Well, actually, I would have had that. I would have had Orton pin Cena in a non-title match, and people would be like, oh, he might actually beat Cena. But no, Cena's got to do the same old shit, as Bruce Blitz would say, that you introduced me to. You know, but I see Orton winning this. I feel sorry though for Luke Harper, because if he don't have the Wyatt family, I don't know what's going to happen with him. But he's, you know, everybody gets over it as a baby face at first. I mean, when they're, you know, but yeah, Orton.
All right, well, totally understanding that, and looks like we'll head on into it, into the last matchup here. Main event, WWE Championship, World Championship matchup. Your champion, John Cena, takes on, in the Elimination Chamber matchup, Bray Wyatt. Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin, and, of course, the one and only phenomenal AJ Styles. Bullaby, I'll get your perspective of this, sir. Who are you going for in this matchup?
Well, logically, I see, as rumors have been going around, Bray Wyatt taking the title. Who do I want to win? I want AJ Styles to win his belt back, because then you got, you know, a long-term champion basically going into Mania, and I would love to see AJ Styles defend that beautiful SmackDown title against the Viper, Randy Orton. That would be a match to potentially steal the show. But I mean, because I don't want to see AJ versus Shane McMahon. I mean, Shane's going to let him do all the spots. It'd be a spot show, whatever. It won't be that bad. But, man, I would love to see AJ come into WrestleMania with the championship, defending against the Viper. It'd be great. But there's turmoil in the Wyatt family, so Bray versus Randy Orton is a likely scenario. I also see a scenario where Vince says, hey, we're going to swerve him, and Cena retains. But I don't want to see that. I'd rather see AJ Styles win the Chamber, than Bray. Well, I don't know. I mean, Bray Wyatt deserves to have the title at least for a month. You know, I like Bray Wyatt, and I like to see him as a champion. But you know what? I see Bray Wyatt more like a manager type in the future. He does, because he was a good wrestler in NXT. Don't get me wrong, and he comes from IRS, Michael Wall Street family,
right?
And you know, he's a good talent. But you know, Bray don't do that much in the ring as of lately. And Bray's a really good manipulator and all that.
Right.
Honestly, I honestly see Bray Wyatt as a manager type, kind of like Authorities of Pain, Authors of Pain, Paul Ellering. He kind of reminds me of a Paul Ellering. I don't know. But Bray is champion? Yeah. Dude, check this out. As long as Cena doesn't win the Chamber, I'm happy. But I'll be shocked if AJ Styles won it, but it would be nice, because he could just say, hey, I lost my belt at Rumble, just a fluke. I'm still the longest champ on the new SmackDown. Love to see AJ Styles win it. But what do you do then? Because Randy Orton would have to turn babyface, and not really. Okay, let's say Orton's the babyface. People ain't going to get behind Orton as a babyface that much because Orton is a natural born heel. So you would have to flip AJ Styles babyface, and then you can have the Wyatt family screwing over AJ, beating him down every week on SmackDown. Right. I can see that happening. But, to be simple and short here, I say Bray Wyatt's my pick because he already has an established storyline with Orton and the Wyatt family. And actually, I like that. That'd be very interesting because when I first heard that Orton was winning the Rumble to take on Bray because they already have an establishment storyline, I'm all for a long-term story. I'm like, that's smart. I like that.
Right.
And you could put John Cena getting rejected by Nikki Bella or something. It'd be hilarious. But
I agree with you, man, 100%. I myself follow along in your sentiment and picking Bray Wyatt to be champion. I, of course, want to see Bray win a title. It's due time he wins a singles title. He fell right in with the tag team. That's awesome. But I do want to see Bray. Bray is deserving of one. He is playing a great character, even through the low points of his character. He has still been steady in and it's just creative's fault that they misused him. But I feel like he's had this big impact on SmackDown, on WWE, and they just haven't used him. They got away from the scary Wyatts up until what they are now, which is basically kind of like a joke. So,
Bill, it's like I want to throw this in here before I forget. It's like this. Over the past few years in WWE, we had some very good heel champions. Heel champions carry the show, the long-term ones. I'm speaking of 2009 Randy Orton, CM Punk when he was the longest-running champion and he was a heel. Half of it he was a heel, second half of it. I love these long-term heels. AJ Styles, great heel, great champion. Bray Wyatt, Seth Rollins, another heel that was champion for a good minute on Raw, if you remember, a couple of years back. Mm-hmm. Bray Wyatt could be an excellent champion, a heel champion, because it's believable because he's got the Wyatt family, if he can keep them together, helping him out, bailing him out. He'd be like Hollywood Hogan. You got the NWO bailing him out. Right. That could be Bray. And Bray already cuts good promos. I mean, they get kind of repetitive or whatever, but they can work on it. And he doesn't always have – a heel can get away with a lot of stuff than a babyface can. Right. I can see that. Bray Wyatt, the new top heel on SmackDown with the title. Just like AJ Styles before him, your CM Punk, your 09 Orton, the great heels of the past few years. And, that's my memories of modern WWE. Because, when I think WWE, I loved the late 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s. But now when I watch it, I can say, well, the past few years was Orton, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, AJ Styles. Those were the top heels, the top guys that really carried the company on the heel side of things.
Right. Well, and folks, we hope you've enjoyed the video here. This is Bill Mack here. Glad to be back with another video with Bully B, Team B.
But you agree, though, CM Punk was a great top heel and old school Orton and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Batista had a good heel. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree 100% with you, man. Totally. But
who's your pick? Who's your pick for your pick for the Chambers? Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
My pick is Bray Wyatt too, but I wouldn't mind AJ Styles winning it. That'd be kind of cool to see. Even though he's already had it, Bray deserves it. I get it. Anybody but Orton.
Yeah, we'll be right back, folks.
But if I had it my way though, AJ Styles or Bray Wyatt will win the Chamber, and AJ Styles will say, "Hey, I'm entitled to a one-on-one rematch or something," and turn into a triple threat. Orton, Bray, and AJ Styles. That would be awesome. I'm not big on three ways, but that'd be a great WrestleMania match. Think of all the spots. However, you have to turn AJ Styles babyface, the heel Wyatts, and it'd be a big disadvantage. So they're not going to do that. They're not going to do that. But that would be cool. I just want to see Orton and AJ Styles go out for championship. However, Bray Wyatt definitely deserves that championship. And that's all I got to say about the Chamber coming up.
I don't know, man. It's looking to shape up like it's going to be a decent pay-per-view, which I don't know if you've noticed, but to me, SmackDown pay-per-views are better than Raw pay-per-views. Or at least in my opinion, I feel like they are.
Yeah. The last pay-per-view I liked from Raw was probably Hell in a Cell with Sasha Banks and Charlotte. That's the only one I remember. KO and Seth. Yeah, totally agree with that.
That's right, man. Well, I'm glad.
I love NXT too. NXT has went down a little bit because all their talent's going on the main roster, but I still enjoy it.
Yeah, it's true, man.
Nakamura, that is the man, son.
They got to still build their own talent. That's what's happening. They get this overseas talent that's already ready, and they just go there for a few months and then they're on back up because they're not developing talent anymore. They're just getting other people's talent. That's where they messed up. It wasn't supposed to be a brand. It was only supposed to be like a minor leagues where they go up. But Triple H is wanting to be so bad to be a brand that they're disappointed because their ratings aren't big. But they were supposed to be just a performance, like being a third-rate, minor leagues to WWE to get hone their crafts and learn to do. These guys already come in. Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, all these guys that come in there. They already know how to fight. They already know how to wrestle. They don't have to hone their skills, just adapt to WWE rings and the WWE atmosphere. That's all they have to do, and then they're already up. So I don't see, they just have to start getting their own guys, getting these new talents in and getting them fresh faces and stuff to work with.
But I'll tell you what, I love Asuka's work, man. That is a beautiful woman. She might be kind of thick or whatever the case, but you see her in person, that is, I haven't seen her in person, but I could tell from perception that is a one gorgeous woman.
Right.
She really is.
Oh, I understand completely, man. The WWE has some beautiful women both down.
I love Asuka.
Liv Morgan. Japanese. I like Liv Morgan
Japanese. Too. Yeah. But Asuka's Japanese. She comes from that culture, and I just know the Asian work ethic. And man, she busts her ass in that ring. She makes it look great, man. I love that woman.
Oh yeah. She's ready to be called up. I believe they're holding her back because there's really no dominant WWE woman down at NXT to go. I mean, I think
that's what I like. But she's dominant. She kicks ass, and I say bring her up to the Raw roster. Have a feud with Charlotte. That'd be a good adversary for her. Imagine them having like a 3-month feud of them having some kick-ass matches, man.
Of course, because Charlotte's going to put on a good match no matter whoever she's in the ring with. Last year was her year. So like I said, you were talking about the Elimination Chamber matchup and talking about increasing character. I mean, Miz had an awesome year. Like we were talking about Apollo Crews. If they give him time and like the Miz took a little while, but Miz has an awesome character, even though his wrestling is average at best. His character is like way above up in the top tier of WWE.
Ladies and gentlemen, question time. What's the most popular WWE thing currently on YouTube with 10 million views? The answer is Whoa.
Shinsuke's. I love Shinsuke's.
I love him too, man. I hope the main roster don't fuck him up, dude. Because that's my kind of people,
Oh, yeah.
Fan of Japanese culture.
Of course.
Badass, dude. Because he's charismatic, he's flashy, but in the ring, he'll beat your ass. It's great. Great stuff. That's why I watch NXT, him and Asuka.
Right. Well, folks,
we come a long way since Yokozuna, man. Samoan Japanese, long way from that.
Oh, yeah. It elevated again.
Bill, I love your intro with the New Day music. I like to have one with Shinsuke, but I ain't too worried about it. I don't want to face, potential copyright or anything.
You can't get copyright for that. That's why I haven't got any copyrights with none of my stuff, outros or intros. But yeah, folks, I appreciate you joining. Appreciate you watching another video here. It's been a TeamB collaboration here.
I appreciate being on. I enjoyed it. And I need a good conversation, man. Talking about the thing we love the most, and that is wrestling.
That's right, folks. And if you want to, feel free. If you're watching from my channel, hop on over to Bullet B's channel. Like I said, I will have a card up in the chat, in the video. Also, we'll have a link to his channel in the description. The man is multi-talented, has so many different areas that he covers on his channel. You got to check it out. I mean, he has a variety of all kinds of things. Any kind of thing you could possibly want, you'll find it on his channel. But
well,
go to his channel.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of stuff, but it's my personality. You got your politics, you got your entertainment / sports, and then you got your philosophy and bad karaoke on the side. That pretty much sums me up. Finally made it to 400 subscribers. I know I don't sound like much, but I'm very proud of it, and must mean I'm doing something okay. And yeah, sub, build. If not, thanks for watching anyway. Y'all have a great day.
That's right, folks. Take care. And like I said, join us once again. We'll try to have Bullet B if he can make it back for a prediction of Fastlane, which is the next Raw pay-per-view, the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania. We'll try to have him back on here, Pro Wrestling Illustrated. I'm Bill Mack with guest Bullet B, Team B, Brandon, and everyone. Until next time, this is I always wish everyone and tell everybody to take it easy.